TKL have always been a sweet spot for the developers out there. Separated arrow keys just make the typing experience way more comfortable, avoiding the crowding often experienced with compact keyboards. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at the LumenKey 8D from LumenKey. Opening the box, we have everything included in a hard shell carrying case. At the top, we have switch pads, dongle with extra switch, and silicone gasket. Coil cable, extra keycaps if you're out for the pre-build, additional tools, extra screws, and finally a warranty card. At the bottom, fully assembled board wrapped in the plastic. Before we proceed, just a quick sound test of the stock sound. Take a listen. The LumenKey 8D is a gasket mount TKL with tri-mode functionality, supporting Win and Mac layout right out of the box. Colorways are quite limited, with only 3 options including black, white, and silver, the latter being the one I have. However, there are several configurations available, such as the barebone option, layout preferences, and keycap choices. In case you didn't know, LumenKey is a sister company branching out from CreateKeeps, which previously helped to produce the Terra 75 and Glacier 80. Knowing the fact about this, we definitely know there is no compromise on quality with the LumenKey 8D. Everything comes at the cost, starting from $215 for the barebone and $280 for the fully assembled kit. Inside the board, we see a nice battery cover which enhances the overall aesthetics, complemented by standard foams including case, PE, and plate foam. As for the keycaps, they are double shot PVT, side-by-side comparison with GMK, they look pretty fine to be frank with you. Unfortunately, the keycaps supplied only include the Win keys for the Windows system. For Mac users like me, the switches provided are the Silva switches from Gateron, linear, 48 grams, factory loop, idle housing with a palm stamp, pretty standard. And the stabilizers seem to be slightly tuned with minimal amount of lube. I'm genuinely surprised that washers are pre-installed, making sure the stabilizers never wobble. The PCB has 0 flex cuts this time, meaning that the flex solely comes from the silicone gaskets. Apart from that, only certain keys will have RGB. Honestly, I'm satisfied with the overall acoustics from the stock, so I will just add some lube to the stabilizers and call it a day. But if you're looking for sound tests for different configurations, feel free to check out the one from Near Lucid. A quick sound test of the final build again, here we go. Not sure about you, but the LumenKey 8D in my opinion sounds very generic, just like any boards with foams in it. But don't get me wrong, it sounds very wonderful out of the box and no modifications needed. It just has that familiar sound, and achieving it is really possible as long as you have the right foams with you. This is my first time experiencing the LumiKey 80. Judging from the LumiKey 75, I was actually expecting a rotary knob as it looks like a signature move and what makes them special. But there's nothing wrong with that. Adding a knob to it might seem overkill and potentially do more harm than good in my opinion. Overall, I can see the LumiKey 80 screams clean and minimalist, keeping things as simple as possible while adding some slight touches to define their own style. If you are purchasing the LumiKey 80, you can also purchase the badge and the plate separately if you want to try something different. Who is this board for if you're asking? Anyone actually. It sounds premium, it looks premium. The only thing I wish to improve is definitely on the pricing itself. $215 puts you at the top spot against boards like the QK80 and the Zoom TKL. The winner is very clear if you compare just by looking at the price itself. But I believe for the LumiKey 80, you definitely won't lose out on the overall finishing. At the end of the day, the sleek appearance defines what it is, and I can't wait to see the LumiKey 96 in the future. Whether there will be a knob, we'll find out soon.